Guess who? Me again. This next post is actually from When Worlds Collide, which only two of you probably read and only one of you remembers. But this is an exchange between one of the protagonists, Stephen Taylor, and his mother. I kind of just looked at this and anyway, I'll read it. Let me know what you think. Inbox, please. Dear Mother, it's taken me a long time to find the courage to write this letter. Even as I begin, I do not know what's going to be written on this paper. All I know is that there is an aching deep inside me, and the only way I can think of to stop myself from exploding is to open myself, to stop hiding from myself. You've always taught me to love truth, to think it, to speak it, to live it. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Remember that? You always used to quote that to me, that particular Bible verse. I can't remember which part of the Bible it came from, but it stayed with me all these years. I've thought of it frequently over the last few months. It's my desire to live the truth that has caused me to write this letter. I realize that I would not be living the truth if I hid myself any longer. For a long time, I've had these feelings that have been tearing me apart. I never said anything about them before because I wasn't certain as to what they were. And when I found out, I was horrified because I was always told that such behavior was sinful and thought that something was wrong with me. I thought that I wasn't normal. I prayed to God to make me normal, but the feelings have not gone away. In fact, they've become stronger since I've been at university, and I cannot live a lie any longer. I've been beating around the bush. I'm beating around the bush, aren't I? See? I told you that I didn't know what I was going to write. Oh well, the only way to say it is to say it. Mother, I'm gay or queer or funny or whatever word you want to use for it. I'm only now beginning to realize that there is nothing wrong with me. It's simply who I am. I did not choose to be born this way. Just as you did not choose to be born who you are. I can hear you now telling me that God hates sinners and will send them all to hell to burn for eternity. But tell me, Mother, why would God make me this way and then condemn me to hell? Believe me, if that's the case, he must have a terrible sense of humor, because it would really be a bad joke. You're probably saying that I've made a wrong choice and that prayer will change me. I have only this to say. Why would anyone in their right mind choose a life that they know would subject them to ridicule and isolation? It's not easy having to pretend that you're something that you aren't in order to please everyone around you. It's not easy falling in love with someone of the same sex and then having to spend the rest of your life referring to that person as only a friend or they, or explaining why you are 40 years old and unmarried to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. No one would choose that life where he or she could not express his or her love for his partner in public without being arrested or branded a pervert. Believe me, Mother, no one would choose to live like that. I certainly didn't. I've realized, though, that this is who I am, and I cannot deny it any longer. If I did, I would be lying to myself, to you, and above all else, to the God that you have taught me to serve and whom I've come to love. It is not my intention to embarrass or let you down. I hope that you understand this, I love you more than anything in the world and would never do anything to hurt you, but it's who I am and I cannot change that. With love, your son Stephen. P.S. It is up to you to decide whom else you will tell what I have confided in you. For me, the most important thing was to let you know. If you're comfortable with it, then no one else matters. Write soon. S. December 7th. Dear son, in the name of our Savior Jesus Christ the Lord, greetings to you. I prayed to God I wasn't reading and you and had to read again a couple of times just to be sure. How could you? I didn't bring you up like that and you know it. And this foolishness about not being able to help it because that is who you is. That's the work of the devil. God didn't make anyone like that. People choose to depart from his word and live their lives in sin. Remember what he do to the folks in Sodom and Gomorrah? He consumed them with a fire, with a fiery rain. And what happened to Lot's wife when she defied the word of the Lord and turned around to look at those evil cities being destroyed? God destroy her son, and he will do the same to everyone who disobey his laws. Stephen, listen to your mama. She know best. It ain't natural men lying in bed together like husband and wife. It's dirty and sinful, and it's just plain wrong. Man was made to be with woman, and woman was made to be with man. You will end up in the deepest part of hell if you disobey the law. And as much as I love you, son, I will not be there with you, because I'm preparing daily to meet my Maker. My blood pressure shoot up sky high as I read your letter, and I feared for my ailing heart. I had to go straight to Dr. Turner to get some pills. He asked me what did that to me and told me that I would have died if I'd waited a day longer to see him. I was so ashamed, and too ashamed to tell him what made me sick. All I could tell him was that I was under a lot of pressure at work. You know how quickly word get around in this little place. Imagine what people are going to say when they find out that my child is, I can't even say it. I won't be able to show my face anywhere. God help me when you come back here wearing a dress and rings in your ears and walking and talking like a woman. And what about all them diseases going around? What if you catch that AIDS or whatever they call that thing those people get? That will kill your mama and you know it. Why are you doing this to me? There are plenty of pretty girls out there who would do anything for a man and who would treat you right. I could name a few on this street who would marry you tomorrow if you asked them. So why are you doing this to yourself? It's the work of the devil, I tell you. Have you been to church since you've been over there? You need to find yourself a church with good preaching and singing, and you need to pray. God can do all things, even heal your sickness. All you have to do is believe, and he will take that burden away from you. You need to ask him to close your eyes to the evil that's going on around you, and I know there's plenty. I watch TV, you know, and I see how some of them foreigners live. We see plenty of them at work, and I know I wouldn't want to leave my dog with some of them. But you need to be strong. I went out and bought you a Bible that I'm sending along with this, and I've marked some verses that I want you to read. Pay close attention to the Psalms. They will show you that there is no situation that you cannot conquer if you have God. You just have to be strong and believe. If you believe, he will take away your sin and save your dirty soul. It's almost time for you to come home for Christmas, ain't it? When you coming? We have some special services at church starting around the 15th. There'll be some good preaching and soul saving. Once you get back here among some holy church folks, you'll see that it was only the devil here among the devil trying to take hold of you. He's going to have a hard time because your mama is praying and fasting a night that he don't get you into his clutches. In fact, all I've been eating for days is some crackers with my tea to chase the gas of my stomach, you know. Fasting strengthens the spirit and make it easier to talk and walk with God. You need to do it too. Son, you know that your mama's been good at writing and your mama's never been good at writing and she'll go now. But remember, I'm praying for you so that you don't lose your soul. And I beg you, for heaven's sake, think one more time about what you're doing with your life. God bless you. Love, your mama. Oh my goodness, I'm actually just remember writing some of this stuff now, and it's, maybe one of these days, a couple more of you will get to see it, read it, digest it, whatever. Anyway, I'm about to go back to watching Miss Kathy Griffin or whatever her name is, and the whole red carpet recap. Yeah, whatever. Good night. Peace out.